This is Isheshe Talks with Ategbe. Ifá ní ká dìde fùú ká bẹ́gùn lé, ká dìde fùú ká bórìṣà ọjà, ká dìde fùú ká bolúbọ̀bọ̀ tìrìbọ̀ tí ń ṣe bàbá ẹnu, adífáfẹ́nu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. Bó olówó wọ́n á ní kó pẹ̀lẹ́ o olówó ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. Bó oníre gbogbo wọ́n á ní o pẹ̀lẹ́ o oníre gbogbo ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. This is the declaration of Ifa from Idin Ofun, also known as Idin Ofun lósì. I welcome you guys to this episode of Isheshe Talks. As we all know, the greatest fear of human race today is people's opinion. And I'm not just saying it is everybody that are scared of people's opinion. There are some people that are not scared of it, but majority are scared of people's opinion. And Ifa is talking about people's opinion in this verse from Idin Ofun. Let me break the verse down for the purpose of people that don't understand Yoruba. But any Yoruba person would understand what I'm saying from the moment I, recited the verse, because the verse is very expressive. So let's break it down. It says, ká dìde fùú ká bẹ́gùn lé. It is a metaphor, but the literal meaning means to stand up fast, to stand up with passion, to stand up with, with seriousness and go straight to feed the egungun in your family. It's a metaphor, which is like to appease your ancestors. Ká dìde fùú ká bórìṣà ọjà. To stand up fast, to stand up with seriousness and go ahead to feed the egungun to stand up fast to feed the Orisha in the marketplace, which is Orisha Ọjà, to feed the Orisha in the marketplace. Ká dìde fùú ká bolúbọ̀bọ̀ tìrìbọ̀ tí ń ṣe bàbá ẹnu. Said ká dìde fùú, to stand up fast and feed olúbọ̀bọ̀ tìrìbọ̀, which is the father of the mouth. Enu means mouth. Casted Ifá for ẹnu ṣe méjì, which means adífá fún ẹnu ṣe méjì or ẹnu ènìyàn. It means casted Ifá for the mouth, womb is two-sided. Ẹnu ṣe méjì means the mouth is two-sided. Ẹnu ènìyàn, the mouth of humans. So casted Ifá for the mouth, which is two-sided, the mouth of humans. And now went ahead to say, bó olówó lọ́wọ́ wọ́n á ní kó pẹ̀lẹ́ o olówó ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. If you have money, people will still look down on you and say, what money does he have? That is the meaning of that expression. What money does he have? And you say negative things about that money itself. And he said, ẹnu ènìyàn, the mouth of humans, ẹnu ṣe méjì. It is always two-sided, the mouth of humans. I now said, bó oníre gbogbo wọ́n á ní kó pẹ̀lẹ́ o oníre gbogbo. The expression is still the same. If you have all the wealth in life, like all the goodness in life, they will still talk and say, what wealth, what goodness in life does this person have? John Torí Ọlọ́run jàre abeg. You see? And it went on to say, and I went on to say, ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. The mouth of humans is two-sided. The mouth of humans. This is the declaration of Ifa from Idin Ofun. The greatest fear of humans, like I said, is the opinion of others. But you see, a wise one, a very wise person knows that they have to make their decision based on their own terms. But an ignorant person will still think that they need to make their decision based on other people's opinion. Ifa is basically saying with these metaphors I've recited in this verse that you don't have the power to control people's opinion, regardless of what you do, even after feeding that mouth. Because there is a verse that says you must feed the mouth. You must feed the Orisha. Like the mouth, the Orisha affiliated with the mouth. there is a verse of Ifa that says you must feed it. But even after feeding it, the opinion of that mouth is not in your hands. Ifa is just saying feed it for the purpose of when you need it to do good. And if it still doesn't do good, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't control people's opinion, even if you feed them from today till tomorrow. You can't feed them. You can't control their opinion. People will still say what they want to say, regardless of if you feed them, if you don't feed them. This is what the verse is saying. Because even, and I'm not just saying bad people, because if you are a Odinsheshe, you understand that this idea of good or bad is not inside of Ifa. It is what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Just because this person did this to you and what that person did to you made you feel bad, it doesn't mean the person is a bad person. It just means that what the person did for you does not work for you. It goes against what works for you. But it doesn't make that person a bad person. But this ideology of good or bad. So even if you feed people from today till tomorrow, you can't control their opinion. Even me that I'm talking to you now that I'm doing this podcast, there are a lot of people that, in as much as they try to feed my ego, be my friend, do everything that needs to be that needs to be done, that we can see that they are, that applies to that metaphor of feeding the mouth. They still would not get that. They still will not get that power to control my opinion over them. My opinion is my opinion. And if I'm able to reason beyond my sentiment, I will give a neutral opinion. And if I'm in my emotions at that particular time, I would give whatever my emotion tells me to give. So it is human nature. You can't control it. The moment you start to try to control it, then you put yourself in a state that can lead you to depression. You put yourself in a state that can lead you to the moment you start doing all your best to say, okay, I will control what people's opinion about me. You can't control it. There's nothing. People will say what they want to say. That's why Yoruba will say, I will live my life. If you think about their opinion, you are not living your life. You are living your life for them. Because look at it. If you live life. If Allah for any long life, if God grants you long life, you live 100. Out of that 100, how many have you used? Maybe now, an average person that's listening to this podcast, maybe you've used 25 to 30 years. The remaining now, you want to be using it to be worried about other people's opinion. Continue. Chotigbo, continue. You can't live. How many years do you even want to use on planet Earth that you want to indulge yourself in the act of caring about other people's opinion? This is the declaration of Ifa in Idin Ofun. If you have money, they will tell you, what money does he have? The mouth, the human mouth is two-sided. There's nothing you can do about it. There's just nothing. So, the philosophy is for you to move past people's opinion. See, the moment you stop caring about people's opinion, people start referring to you as a lion. That's another opinion again. The lion in the jungle. So now they'll start saying this person is wicked, this person. But think about it. Just think about it. If they start referring to you as the lion, that means you're already at the top. You're already topping the food chain of human race. They refer to you as a lion. Now, this person doesn't care about our opinion. He's wicked. But you're already at the top of the food chain. You're living your life. But the moment you start sinking into their opinions, you would be below the food chain. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. So all these things that are encoded into Ifa is because after you feed Ifa, you feed the Orisha, you feed Shango, you feed Oya, and you don't understand all this philosophy to apply in your day-to-day activities, you will still have problems in life. Everything, see, I'm telling you that majority of our problem in life, only 20% of it is spiritual. The rest is physical. Like, it's, when I mean physical, it is things you need to correct here in the physical. Because you are not living in the spiritual. You are living in the physical. But yes, we are connected to the spiritual in a way. So not all of our problem is in the physical. Even if the problem is in the, in the spiritual. Even if there's a problem in the spiritual, if you want to fix it, it's still in the physical. I'm telling you, it's still in the physical. I was talking to someone recently about Egbe. They are saying, why is always that majority of Elegbe are having problem? It's because you don't know how to fix your issues in the physical. They think Egbe is majorly about spiritual. No, but it's still in the physical. So don't let us digress. So people's opinion cannot be controlled. Yes, it's normal for you to feed people's mouth. Yeah, you have to feed their mouth so that you can get the goodness out of their mouth. But it doesn't mean you have full control of it. Because when they get into their emotions, they would say whatever it is they need to say to satisfy themselves at that point. So it can't be controlled. It can't be controlled. So from today on, you better have the habit of so whatever the owner of the mouth feels to use their mouth to say is what they should use it to say. And don't care about it. Don't care about it. Look at most celebrities today, they are sinking in depression. Because they are caring so much about what people say. And it's not easy. I can understand. Because they are celebrities. They are celebrities. Like everybody is like somebody that has millions of followers. And they start criticizing them based on how they feel, based on, so I can understand. But for we that we are not in that celebrity corner, don't care about people's opinion. You are at work and your boss has this type of opinion about you. It doesn't mean you should stop being you. It doesn't mean, because the moment you stop being you, you will lose your sanity. You have to continue being you regardless of what people think about you, so that you can maintain your sanity. Like I've said, if you are an Onisheshe, that if you are somebody that is an Orisha worshipper, you need to understand the foundation that Orisha worship sits down on. It is what works for you and doesn't work for you. What works for you and what does not work for you. It has nothing to do with good or bad. I'm telling you this. Orisha worship has nothing to do with good or bad. You see, that good or bad is your own personal perception. It cannot be generalized. That person you are saying is bad. It is from your own point of view, how you feel about whatever it is that person did to you. And whatever it is that person did to you, that person made that decision based on what is healthy for them. So nobody is good, nobody is bad. Because I don't think it exists. With my experience as an Orisha worshipper, it does not exist. It is what works for you and what does not work for you. So you can't control people's opinion about you. You do what works for you. And if you do what works for you and people start giving their various negative opinions, focus on the good ones. There will be people that will give you good opinions. There will be people that their opinion about you will be positive, even if they are just 2 or 3. Stick with them. And just forget about those negative ones, because you can't. There's nothing you can do. Because if you go on that path, it is a path that leads to depression. You want to control people's opinion about you. Okay. So, this is the declaration of Ifa. I'm not the one saying it. I'm just analyzing whatever it is that is in the verse. And like I always say, Ifa verses are diverse. It can be applied in many situations. Talking from this context which I'm discussing, this is how I want to apply it. You understand? Another person might apply it in a different way, but talking from my own point of view, this is how it can be applied in this context. You understand? So, kedide fu, kelo begunle, kedide fu, kelo borisha oja, kedide fu, kelo bolubo botiribo, tinse baba enu. Adífáfẹ́nu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. Bó lówó lọ́wọ́ wá ní o pẹ̀lẹ́ o lówó ẹnu ènìyàn ẹnu ṣe méjì. Bó oníre gbogbo wá ní o pẹ̀lẹ́ o oníre gbogbo ẹnu ènìyàn ẹnu ṣe méjì. The mouth of the human is two-sided. There's nothing you can do to control people's opinion. And the moment you want to start controlling their opinion, you are going to put yourself on a path that leads to depression. Because according to the Orisha worship, if you are an Olorisha, there's nothing like good or bad. It is what works for you and what does not work for you. So, if you are doing something that works for you, that makes people have a negative opinion about you, you're not a bad person. You are doing what works for you to maintain your sanity. Because the moment you stop being you, just to satisfy people's opinion, you will lose your sanity. That is why I said you will be on a path that leads to depression. Because you can't control people's opinion. Ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì, ẹnu ènìyàn. The mouth of the human is two-sided. And it is how it is created. The mouth of the human being is two-sided. You can know. Today is on this side, tomorrow is on that side. Depending on how they feel at that moment. Depending on what their emotion is telling them. Depending on how that person is feeling. If that person is in their sentiment, is in their emotions. Depending on how they feel. That is what is going to control their opinion about you. You can never control it. Even if you feed them, give them money, you can't control their opinion. They might just say it to make you feel good. When they leave you, and like when you are no longer there, that's when they will show their real, their true self towards you. So it can't be controlled. It cannot be controlled. This is the declaration of Ifa from Idin Ofun, which is Idin Ofun. Ifá ní ká dìde fú, ká bo eégúnlé, ká dìde fú, ká bòrìṣà ọjà, ká dìde fú, ká bolé bọ̀bọ̀ tìrìbọ̀ tí ń ṣe bàbá ẹnu, adífáfẹ́nu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. Bó olówó lọ́wọ́ wá ní o pẹ̀lẹ́ o olówó ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. Bó oníre gbogbo wá ní o pẹ̀lẹ́ o oníre gbogbo ẹnu ènìyàn, ẹnu ṣe méjì ẹnu ènìyàn. Thank you very much for listening to this one. I'll see you guys on the next one. And if you have any question, you can comment. You can, give me your own you can comment below in the question, section of the podcast, When I see it, I can treat it in the next episode. I'll see you guys on the next one. Ire ni tiwa. This is Ishashe Talks with Ategbe.